Where did you hear that? Well, no matter. It was a long time ago, but yes, I used to be. Why do you bring that up? Someone claiming to be a mayfly. You're the only surviving mayfly I know of. Are you saying this woman was an imposter? Well, Mary's a common enough name, especially for low-ranked Rosetta members. At this point, most of them are clones with the same few names. I haven't been a member of Rosetta since Starfall, 20 years ago. When it comes to what they're up to now, I don't know any more than you do. But I do know of one place that might be helpful to you. Source Extraction Point 73. Rosetta keeps a backup data terminal there holding all its personnel data. I'm completely sure. I know because I installed that terminal myself. It's set to auto-update for at least another century. I trained as one, but when I worked for Rosetta, I was a data manager. That's why I was the one who installed that terminal inside Source Extraction Point 73. Even Rosetta's resources were limited by Starfall. Unless that terminal's been damaged or destroyed, they'll still be using it. Here, take my fingerprint and eye scans to unlock the terminal. I hope some good will finally come from all the work I did for that evil organization.
This is the location Trent gave us. Source extraction point 73. Plenty of Rosetta forces guarding this place. Maybe that's a sign the data tomb is still there.
Did you hear that? Don't dismantle! Stay there! Stay alert. Something doesn't feel right.
That's the data terminal. We just need to enter Trent's fingerprint and eye scans. And then we'll be able to discover who our friend Mary really is. Mary Ames, huh? I knew there was something off about that woman. And she's no mere Rosetta agent either. She's commander-in-chief of all the Rosetta forces on this island. Let's get back to Blackfell and ask Trent about this. He might be able to tell us something more.
Did you hear that?
So you've been to Source Extraction Point 73 then. What did you find out about this Mary person? Mary Ames, Nalcott Security Department, Warden of the Nalcott Island Containment Zone, Commander-in-Chief. So in other words, if I hadn't left Rosetta, then this Mary Ames would be my boss. Think she'd make a good manager? I know. I understand she's the one who reactivated the monoliths and wiped out the mayflies, and who knows what else. We probably have her to thank for stirring up open conflicts between the Union and Rosetta. Regardless of her intentions, we must thwart her plans. As the leader of the Union, I'll tell you this. I know how much of a debt we owe the mayflies. After all you've done for us, this is our chance to pay you back. You have our support. Sure, ask me anything. You mean you really don't know? The containment zone isn't located on Nalcott. It is Nalcott. The entire island is a Rosetta prison for dangerous deviations. I am. Rosetta decided the whole island of Nalcott was the perfect containment zone for deviations, transcendence, and other dangerous phenomena. Think about it. The monoliths, the other Rosetta facilities, these are all just fancy cages. The monoliths provide miraculous amounts of energy. But where do you think that energy comes from? There you go. The Transcendents are entrenched in the monoliths, but they're also prisoners there. They feed on life, and Rosetta feeds on their energy. It's a win-win situation for everyone except us mortals who get chewed up. It's been 20 years since Starfall, but Nalcott has never stopped being one big prison. I don't know what else Rosetta has in the works, but I'm sure they're not going to give up on their plans. I'm afraid I don't know about that. Maybe the Sanctuary refers to rift space. That's what we call the zone between our world and other dimensions. Each of the transcendents in the monolith reside in a pocket of rift space. So it could be that's what Mary meant when she mentioned a sanctuary. We never used that term when I was with Rosetta, though. Maybe she's referring to some separate pocket of rift space, or another realm entirely. Unfortunately, I'm at a loss there too. That said, it's been 20 years since I was last in Rosetta. There's plenty they must have discovered since then. I don't know who this girl is, but if the head of Rosetta here is personally involved, then she's no ordinary child. Whatever Mary plans to do with that girl, it can't be good. And whoever that girl is, I'm sure she needs your protection from Rosetta even more than the rest of us do. Then good luck, Mayfly. No matter how difficult the road ahead is, I hope you don't give up. Humanity is counting on you.
Well, at least now we finally know what kind of enemy we're up against. Mary Ames is responsible for everything that's happened on Nalcott, but she's still just a cog in Rosetta's global machine. If we can take her down, though, we'll be protecting everyone on this island.
You came just in time. The situation is evolving rapidly, and not in a good way. Yes, indeed it is. I've located her current whereabouts with some help from my friends inside Rosetta. Seems she's about to take her experimentation to a very dangerous level. Beyond gaining unimaginable power, she wants the human race to evolve to a point where it can compete with, even transcend the great ones that devastated our world. Mary has seen the darker side of Rosetta's experimentation firsthand, and yet it only seems to strengthen her resolve. It's imperative that you go to the White Cliff Research Lab and stop her before it's too late. But just so you know, it's under heavy guard by Rosetta Security. According to my sources, Mary took a trip to a place called Sunshine Farm recently, one of the old Mayfly strongholds. Mary wouldn't have gone there without a solid reason. But the place is overrun with vultures now. Be ready for a confrontation. Godspeed, Mayfly. Only you can stop this now.
Sunshine Farm. I think I remember this place. I sense that this is where our lives first became intertwined with Mary's. Let's go and see what secrets Mary left behind. The vultures have taken over the farm. We must stay alert. Mary, you need to stop this.
Don't be a coward, Victor. This is how we evolve. This is how we become stronger than them.
Having Rosetta personnel absorbing deviations at the pace and magnitude that they are, we're only attracting more Great Ones. It's too dangerous.
And what would you suggest we do when they eventually arrive? How do you suppose we defeat them, then? Without my work? No. This is the best way to prepare ourselves. The human race needs to evolve. It needs to become invincible.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
This cradle you made will let us survive without losing our humanity.
What do you mean? How is that possible?
This device will let us capture deviations and harness their energy without having to absorb them. It's a better path forward. Different from what the evolutionists inside Rosetta are doing. We have you to thank for that, Mitsuko.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Mary, stop this now. I will not allow you to hurt Mitsuko.
Mitsuko, you gave DVT-011 a name?
Her name is Mitsuko. She's more human than you are. She's our last hope.
You're right. DVT-011 is our last hope. We must use it, evolve, and reshape the entire world with this. But that kind of power must be placed in the correct hands. Victor, the committee and I are in agreement. You are no longer fit to be in charge of DVT-011. Time to stop this ridiculous play acting. You are relieved of your duties.
I will stop at nothing to stop you, Mary.
Are you really in a position to make threats, Victor? I could crush you in a heartbeat.
That doesn't matter. Not to me.
Did you hear that?
Mary and Victor both tried to lead humanity out of this darkness. They both failed. But maybe there is another way. Maybe the answer lies with you and Mitsuko. Come on. Let's get to the White Cliff Research Lab. It's time to see an old friend, I think.
Hey, come on out!
Your determination to set things right gave me the courage to act. It wasn't easy to leave, but it was time to take back what they stole from me, and to stop Mary from destroying us all with her insane plans. Mary and her evolutionists imprisoned me here. It was where they experimented on me, tortured me. I will never forget that. I'll do whatever I can to help. The rest is up to you.
You had potential, Mayfly. We could have changed the world together, you and I. Do you seriously think you can stop me? How silly. If you manage to find me, I will give you one last chance. Give me the girl and join me before it's too late. But first, enjoy this little game I prepared for you. All units, destroy the intruder.
Does not tolerate resistance.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint me, Mayfly. Welcome to the place of my birth. Father, our friend here wants to witness this miracle with us. Won't you show them a little hospitality? Do not disappoint me, Father.
Did you hear that?
Receptor LD-081 has displayed strong survival instincts even in the test tube stage. It has already destroyed 5 sibling receptors and absorbed their remains. A process that seems to be very similar to the way a Stardust-infected creature absorbs its original self. I've decided to give LD-081 the codename Maria. Once the incubation phase is complete, she will be given her own personal space and receive comprehensive training and instruction. She must be raised to know her purpose. Just as she devoured her sibling receptors, her purpose will be to seek out the strongest strains among the human race, absorb them, and in doing so, save the rest of humanity. We're also considering allowing her some contact with Mitsuko. They're close in age, but vastly different in temperament and talent. Allowing the two to meet may well lead to some interesting new findings.
Mr. Ames should be given a quiet, restrained welcome. My father has never been a fan of grand displays. Mr. Ames has invested vast sums in this facility, and we must show him that his investment has not gone to waste. That we have something to show from our years of research. Oh, and tell him that the girl is now completely under our control, and that we have dissected the secrets of her sublimation. We have secured humanity itself inside this monolith, and the girl is ready to be devoured like a light snack. Mr. Ames can eat the girl alive if he wants to. And then, all of Rosetta, all of what's left of humanity, will bow down before us, the evolutionists. This is my gift to him, from daughter to father.
Give it up, Mary. We will never let you succeed.
Is that what you think? That this is a matter of you letting me succeed? With you standing here before me, my plan is already complete. The force of evolution is unstoppable. This time, humanity will reach a higher plane of existence than it has ever known before. But for that, humanity must yield. including you. Mayfly. Give in, Mayfly. Yield to the tide of evolution. Or be crushed by it.
I will protect you. Keep going.